Welcome and thank you for joining us for another episode of Agri Business Now. I am your host, Nakita Samuel. This evening, we will continue to sensitize you on the Agricultural Produce and Livestock Act, the National Fisherfolk Organization Fish Fest a success. Learn about the many benefits of silage in ruminant production, along with the how to do segment and the news and announcement. As you can see, we have a lot in store for you, so stay tuned.
Water. It is 75% of the Earth's surface, yet it is scarce in some places. It's 70% of our body's mass, yet many do not drink that 8 glasses per day. The forest plays an important part in the water cycle by protecting our watersheds. Water is life. Protect the forest. Preserve life.
Did you know that the OECS Agriculture Competitiveness Project, otherwise known as AgriCom project, has been officially launched?
Well, it was. And the project aims at enhancing access to markets and sales for competitively selected farmers and fisherfolks.
But to access funds, you must be part of a productive alliance.
So what is a productive alliance, you ask? It's a business arrangement between farmers and or fisherfolks on one hand, and on the other hand, aggregators. Aggregators can be cooperatives, lead farmers, or marketers and agro-processors.
The project provides matching grants to a productive alliance. A minimum of 10 farmers or fishers and an aggregator, such as a lead farmer, a cooperative, marketer, or an agro-processor.
Farmers and fisherfolk in Productive Alliance can receive up to $8,000, while the aggregator, lead farmer or fisher, cooperative, marketer, or agro-processor can receive up to $120,000. For more information, please contact Ministry of Agriculture, Richmond Hill at 456-1410 or 456-1111, extension 311 or 321, or email agricomsvg@mail.gov.vc.
Thank you for staying tuned. If you're just joining us, you're watching Agri Business Now. The issue of perennial larceny continues to pose a major problem in the agricultural sector. We have Noel Bruce, legal advisor to the Farmer Support Company Limited, to sharpen our understanding on the Act.
We will concentrate today on Section 4. And Section 4 says, a person shall purchase or in any manner obtain possession or custody of or sell or otherwise dispose of agricultural produce or livestock of the value or weight prescribed in Schedule 1 only between the hours of 5 a.m. and 7 p.m. So the Act is saying that only between the hours of 5 a.m. and 7 p.m. that a person purchase or in any manner obtain possession or custody of or sell or otherwise dispose of. So let's go to Schedule 1 to find out what Schedule 1 says. Schedule 1 is the value or weight of agricultural produce or livestock. Agricultural produce of the value of $50 or more or of the weight of 5 kilograms or more. And livestock of the value of $50 or more or weight of 5 kilograms or more. Now this is simply saying that if you want to sell agricultural produce or dispose of it in whatever manner, or livestock, and the value of the produce or the livestock is $50, or the weight is more than 11 pounds, certain things are required. So what are the requirements of the law? In subsection 2 of the said section, section 4, a person who contravenes subsection 1 commits an offense and is liable on summary conviction to a fine of $500 and to imprisonment for 3 months to both such fine and imprisonment. So, if perhaps a person acts outside of this act, or as we would say, they contravene this section 4, then they have committed an offense. And they are liable on summary conviction. Mostly, this case will take place in the magistrate court, and it will happen quickly. And if you are found guilty of this offense, there's a fine of $500, or you can be imprisoned for a term of 3 months. Now, this section goes on further. It says that subsection 1 does not apply to a person who is licensed to carry on trade under the Price and Distribution of Goods Act. So there are certain entities or certain persons who have license, for example, a shop. You cannot tell a shop owner that he has to sell a certain goods under this act between the hours of 5 and 7, or the supermarket. So there are certain entities that have license under this act. So this act is predominantly mainly for farmers and fisher folks to some extent, not necessarily to a person who carries on the business of shop or a supermarket. Now, agricultural produce or livestock of the value or weight prescribed as what we have just explained in Schedule 1, unless at the time of purchase or of obtaining possession or custody of the agricultural produce or livestock, the person obtains a certificate of purchase or a receipt from the vendor or person as the case may be. Therefore, no person shall sell or otherwise dispose of agricultural produce or livestock of the value or weight prescribed in the Schedule 1, that is, its cost, the value of it is more than $50, or the weight of it is more than 11, or at least approximately 11 pounds, 5 kilograms, unless at the time of sale or disposal, the person gives a certificate of purchase or receipt, as the case may be, to the purchaser or other persons obtaining possession or custody of the agricultural produce or livestock. So therefore, if a farmer wishes to dispose or to sell his agricultural produce or livestock, he must issue a receipt or a certificate of purchase. A receipt book can be obtained from the Ministry of Agriculture, as the law requires that any such transaction should be identified and should be recorded by a certificate of purchase.
Over the years, the fisheries sector has played a pivotal role in the development of the economy of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Last Friday, the National Fisherfolk Organization, in collaboration with the Fisheries Division and the Japanese International Cooperation Agency, successfully hosted a fish fest at the Agricultural Import Warehouse Fish Market Compound. Chief Fisheries Officer Jennifer Cruikshank Howard seized the opportunity to encourage the consumption of more fish.
This activity is one that has been conducted over the years, especially around Fisherman's Time. What we are trying to do is to promote the consumption of fish. We want the local or the population of St. Vincent to consume more fish, and we want to prepare it in different ways, especially for the children. We know that a lot of them do not like fish, but we are preparing it so that they are the ones who can partake and promote the consumption of fish. We will also like to ask the general public to support the fishers. This is a Fisherfolk activity. The National Fisherfolk Organization, along with our JICA volunteer, Mr. Tushi, they are the ones who actually organize this activity for today. and we are happy. The support is overwhelming. We have persons who have been calling and asking what's the menu is like, and we are happy that we are getting the support from the people of St. Vincent, the Grenadines. We had a few tourists who were around earlier, and they were making also inquiries of what is going to happen here today. So we want to say thank you to everyone who came out and support us, and we look forward to this event maybe next end of month, or especially around Fisherman's Time. We know that this activity will be ongoing.
Japan Overseas volunteer Toshihiro Hiei was a key planner in ensuring the success of this event.
It's really nice to see a lot of people coming here, and we prepared blackfish, tuna, butterfish, a lot of fishes. So I can see people enjoying and eating, and I hope this is going to be the great first step for the future expansion of this event. And I'm quite happy to see this event going on successfully.
Orson Victory, treasurer of the National Fisherfolk organization, was also involved in the execution of arrangements required to ensure a successful outcome.
We really want to promote the organization and promote the more eating of fish in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. So that's one of the reasons why we really introduced the Fish Fest. This come about with Ekman, the Ekman project. We have a lot of equipment like 2 fish fries and other ice boxes and things from Ekman to promote the fish fry. So this is why we are really doing it, really to get Vincent aware of eating more fish.
Some of the patrons that were present at the event expressed their appreciation for the opportunity to indulge in the variety of dishes available.
Oh, it's awesome, and it's actually the first time I had the blackfish this way. So it's something different. It's really, really good. The fresh blackfish with beetroot and banana and, stuff like that.
I heard about it on the radio and I thought it's something I should support, so I got me my butterfish and my breadfruit, and it looks quite good, so I'm going to have this for my lunch. There's a good variety, but I just wanted this, so I got it. I shall return hopefully. It is a good thing. Fish better than chicken. So you could do fishing all way and chicken all way, but for me, I prefer the fish. Fish is the best. Breadfruit and red fish. That is my favorite dish.
I think this is a nice gesture. They should have it more often. I bought the blackfish. I like blackfish, so I bought the blackfish.
It's good.
Yes, it's very good, very good.
Well, I think it's a nice fish festival. Enjoy myself. I bought shark and provision. It tastes well good. Tasty and spicy.
Okay, I think it's a great event. They have a lot of different variety of fish dishes. I got me some conch soup and shark and fries. I would really like to see the event grow, and probably they can take it out into the communities, not just here at the fish market in Kingston. However, though, I was looking forward to getting some lionfish. They don't have any, so hopefully in the future they would have that on the menu. Well, conchs, I like conchs, and it's not something that you could come to the market and get regularly. You will find it in the Grenadines, so that's why I wanted to get some conchs.
Really wonderful, really good, because I had a conchs, and I love conchs. I'm a seafood person, so I wanted to start with some of the conchs first, and have it like an appetizer. So I'm going to try some shark next. Nice, it's really nice, and the conchs tastes really good. It's with callaloo soup, so it goes well with the callaloo soup as well. Yeah. If it was curried and whatever, I would even have it too, because I love curry conchs. So, lovely man, shark. Very nice. And it's soft. It's not, it's perfect.
Real tender.
Perfect. Yeah, real tender and nice. And you add a little bit of your hot sauce with it, and it goes well. So you can't go wrong.
Winsbud's Harry, president of the National Fisherfolk organization, expressed his gratitude to the public for their participation in this event.
So far today it's going on well. I see a lot of people, as you could see over the turnout to our Fish Fest today, and it put a lot of smile on my face to see that the organization is taking the lead
in having the first Fish Fest for the year as we lead up to our Fisherman's Month of Activities and Fisherman's Day celebration 2019. It's a very successful day, and I think that we will have a wonderful day. I said that this will not be the first and this will not be the last. The organization will move the Fish Fest from here and go out into rural communities at our next stop. We know people like Fish Fest at the end of the month and the first weekend every month. So our plan is now that we have to come up with a work schedule with our primary organization. We would like to move our next one to Rose Place, where we have the community of Rose Place, which is the Goodwill Fisherman's Corp. Then we move to Cliff Valley, then we move to Barley. And from Barley now we take it up to the Windward side, where we dropped it off into Caliper and we just have to Sandy Bay, Oria, to have a feel, see how we could do as the rest Caribbean countries do, develop a fish night as well. This is in the day. Our next one should be in the night. This is where we are targeting. Have it some in the day and some in the night. Today you could see we have a lot of local dish, and I could out and promote that in St. Vincent and the Grenadines you get fresh fish to eat every day. We fishing, go out all in the morning and come back in the evening. So we have shark, we have the redfish, we have the amberjack, we have the red butterfish, we have the red hind, we have the covali, and we have blackfish. And so lucky that the blackfish just catch on Wednesday, and here it is preparing for the local today. So a lot of people is more running for the shark. Shark is now being a hot eaten fish, and even the blackfish is almost finished. Like we have to go and get another hour of some blackfish. So I like how people supporting local, supporting the organization. We have a nice turnout today, and I hope this will continue in going down the road.
The National Fisherfolk Organization plans to host another Fish Fest. Stay tuned to more Agri Business Now episodes for more information on this event.
What's for dinner?
Fish casserole and vegetables.
Fish again? Why are you cooking fish so often?
Well, Clint, fish is very, very nutritious, you know. Fish is an excellent source of protein. You know what protein is good for?
Yes, it's to help build my body, to help me grow into a big, strong boy.
Exactly. And fish is very good for mommy and daddy too, you know.
And on top of too?
Absolutely. Fish has these things in it, substances called omega-3 fatty acids.
Omega what?
Omega-3 fatty acids. These help people reduce their chances of getting heart disease. And guess what? They are also good for mild high blood pressure and Papa's arthritis.
Wow.
Yeah, fish has lots of vitamins and minerals too. So when we eat fish, Clint, we are doing our bodies a big, big favor. So, Mommy went and got this nice fish cookbook from Fisheries. Look, where we could try new fish dishes. Come. Look, we could try fish burgers, or fish fingers, or even fish pizza.
Fish pizza, yay!
Silage production is a farming method that should be practiced by all ruminant farmers. Why, you may ask? Dr. Nicole Tim, veterinary officer of the Ministry of Agriculture, has the answer to that.
Okay, so we asked the question, what is silage? Silage is high moisture forage material that goes through a fermentation process, and after that process, that material can be stored for a long period of time. Silage it's used mainly for when there's a scarcity of forage, and I'm mentioning the word forage. What is actually forage? Forage refers to the edible parts of plants, so any parts of that plant that the animal can consume is referred to as forage. So what are some of the benefits? Now, when there's a scarcity, let's say you have hurricane disasters like Hurricane volcanic eruption, you have dry spell or drought and so on, this is where silage will come in. Okay, so you can feed that material to your animals in those times. Mention other benefits of silage is that it not only helps to conserve the grass, but it also helps to preserve the nutrients in the grass. In the rainy season is a time when you have abundance of grass, so you can actually harvest that grass and make it into silage where you can store it for a long period of time for when there's a scarcity, and also at the same time you will help to preserve the nutrients in that grass. So the types of material are basically high moisture forage. So any forage that's, let's say the elephant grass, or some of us refer to it as, like the farmers, they call it the stock grass. So those grass are the ideal for materials for making silage. Yes, so I'll encourage the farmers out there, especially the small ruminants in general, the cattle, the sheep and goat farmers, to try their best to start implementing this procedure, this conservation method. Start implementing this forage conservation method on their farm. There are a lot of benefits to be derived, as I would have mentioned previously. And for example, we are in the dry season, and the farmers on the leeward side of the island, they're having a lot of problems in getting enough or sufficient forage to feed to their animals. So if they had their grass ensiled, then a lot of the problems that they're facing now would have not been occurring. Okay, so that is what and as I mentioned, that the silage production is a method of preserving the nutrients that are in the silage. So when you feed that silage to your animals, you know that they are getting something that is of high nutritive value.
On this week's How to Do segment, we will learn how to deworm sheep and goats.
Now you may ask why you should deworm your animals. Parasitic infection and worms in animals is a fairly common disease that occurs throughout the whole world. And once your animals are not being dewormed on a regular basis, they tend to lose weight, they tend not to grow, and if the infection is severe enough, they usually die. Now when your sheep and goat are infected with worms, some of the signs that you usually see is the rough hair coat. You'll have the animals having a big belly, and the mucous membrane of the animal tend to be pale or white. In severe infections, you usually have a bottle jaw in which you have swelling between the jaw of the animal. Sometimes you also have a diarrhea developing. It is recommended that you deworm your pregnant animals at least 2 weeks before giving birth. The herd should be dewormed more frequently during the rainy season, because this is the time when you have the level of infestation being very high, because the eggs need moisture to hatch in the pasture. To set up a deworming schedule, you should contact your animal health assistant in the Ministry of Agriculture. We provide stool sampling services by which we can determine the types of parasites you're dealing with, your level of infestation, and from that we can advise you on which medication you can use. It is better to spend $2 or $3 to deworm your animals than to lose an animal and lose $100 or more. Deworm regularly.
Up next, the news and announcements.
The Farmers Support Company Limited, FSC, would like to remind all farmers who would have received loans from the company for the production of various commodities and are delinquent in your loan repayments to settle outstanding balances immediately. Payments can be made at the Farmers Support Company office at the Ministry of Agriculture's headquarters, Richmond Hill, Kingston, or at the Bank of St. Vincent and the Grenadines at account number 201090. That's 201090. The public and importers of animal and animal products including wildlife, are hereby notified that the importation of all animal and animal products, including wildlife, require a valid import permit from the Animal Health and Production Division of the Ministry of Agriculture. This permit must be accompanied by an original export health certificate from the country of origin. Please note that the importation of pet birds is strictly prohibited. Items arriving without these documents will either be returned to the country of origin or confiscated and destroyed under the authority of the Chief Veterinary Officer by order of the Minister. For more information, please contact the Animal Health and Production Division, Ministry of Agriculture, Kingston, St. Vincent and the Grenadines at telephone number 456111, extension 326, or email animalhealthsvg@hotmail.com. The Ministry of Agriculture wishes to remind all cattle farmers of St. Vincent and the Grenadines that the artificial insemination program in cattle is ongoing. We encourage all interested farmers to take advantage of this free service. Insemination can either be done with either beef or dairy crosses.
As the saying goes, all good things must come to an end. But don't worry, Agribusiness Now will be back next week, same time and place. For more information, feel free to contact us at the Communications Unit within the Ministry of Agriculture at 456-1111, extension 312 or 472, or email us at citumaf2@hotmail.com. Remember, you can view more of Agribusiness Now programs on our YouTube channel, Agribusiness Now St. Vincent, or like our Facebook page, www.facebook.com/agribusinessnow, to get more updates. Until next time, I am your host, Nikita Samuel. Thank you for viewing and do have yourself a wonderful evening.